Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
where we share our point of views on nerdy movies, TV, and other forms of entertainment. I'm Titus.
I'm Kiwi.
I'm Graydon, and today we are finally reviewing Spider Man Brand New Day.
Brand new day, baby! Let's go, dude.
The movie came out. I saw it Wednesday. I know Kiwi saw it Wednesday.
I saw it Wednesday, and yesterday. We watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
W.
So, what do we
The
think?
first live-action Spider-Man movie in 5 years.
Yeah.
It feels so
Finally.
weird. It's
Finally he's on
insane.
the screen again.
Just imagine now, last time we got a Spider-Man movie was during COVID, or right after COVID. Isn't that insane to think about?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's wild.
Alright, do
Okay.
you want to start with our scores?
Yeah,
I think so.
after the scores, we are going spoiler free, right? And then going. We don't
I
have
don't
to
want
do.
to. Yeah, let's do that.
We don't have to do much, but then move over to all spoilers.
Okay, so let's start it off with our scores for Spider Man Brand New Day. We've heard that sometimes the audio you can't hear all of our scores when we say it at the same time, so we're gonna do it in an order. So Titus, go whenever you're ready.
I'm just sitting at a solid 9.5 out of 10.
Whoa. I got an 8 out of 10.
I'm a 10 out of 10. The movie was awesome. I'm an easy 10 out of 10 for that.
It's the best live-action Spider-Man movie that we've ever gotten. I mean,
Yeah.
Yo, Kiwi, bro, why are you so low on it?
I'm not so low, but I got issues. I got a lot of issues with it. And, it hurts my soul that I do, because this was my second most anticipated movie of the year. And I've been looking forward to this movie since 2021. And we finally got it. And we were talking about this, or chatting about it. And I was, really expecting to give this a 5-star. And I said maybe a 4.5 star. So it really hurts me that I ended up giving it a 4-star, and yeah. Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is.
What makes it not just next level? I'm just curious. Or should we save that for spoiler?
No,
Yeah, save those for spoilers.
I can just say it slightly. It's the third act for me that brings it a lot down. Yeah, I don't want to go into details. What?
I said I've been seeing people say that. I just don't understand why.
I think
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I'm one of the. I've never seen anyone on TikTok. I've seen a lot of reviews on TikTok and stuff. I've not seen a single person who is as low as I am. Alex on the escape pod is. That's the only person. Everyone else think it's peak 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Shit like that.
Because it is.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's literally you ripped the peak perfect Spider-Man story straight out of the comics. It's like you took the live action Insomniac games and just brought it to the big screen. You brought it out of the mocap. It's just everything about the movie. It's the best swinging we've ever gotten, the best action we've ever gotten, the best character arc Peter has ever been given in one of these movies. Probably the best performance we've ever seen from a Spider-Man actor. I'd even argue that it's the same thing with best performance from one of the love interests, Zendaya. I think this is her best performance, and I think I'd probably put her ahead of any of Kirsten Dunst's or Emma Stone's performances as their characters.
No, not for me. Phasm 2 is my favorite performance from anybody.
Yeah, that's just chemistry, though. What emotion does she really have to bring other than chemistry? Let's just be real with this.
I mean, a lot.
It's pretty much just chemistry, though. The best scene with her in it is when she dies.
Yeah, but that hurts so bad because
Yeah, but she's not even acting. She's dead.
No, but Andrew Garfield is, and that's like one of his best performances.
But you can't count that as her as the best performance if she's not even acting in it. Sure,
Yeah.
it could be your favorite moment, but
But as she's like, as she's falling to, just seeing the fear in her eyes being like, she knows that she's about to die. I don't think it's her best performance, and I really can't think of her best performance in any Tyson movie at the top of my head. But there are good performances from Emma Stone. I know, but
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that she's bad.
no,
I'm
no, no.
just saying that
I get
I
it.
think that the performance from Zendaya in this movie is just better.
Yeah. I also think, as you said, with I'm not gonna talk much about it because spoiler or kinda, but the swinging stuff and everything like that is so good. I don't think the swinging scenes beat TASM 2, and I don't think a Spider-Man movie ever will. But it's easily second, in my opinion. Easily second. And the action too is really good, but yeah, again, not a huge fan of the third act.
Did you know that they literally got Jackie Chan's like stunt team to come in and choreograph it?
What,
I did not know that.
every fight scene?
Well, maybe I did. I heard
No,
something about it.
I know it happened for one of them. It's probably the final fight. I don't really want to get into it, but okay,
That's it
without
though.
spoilers. Before we go into spoilers, I just want to say a few things. I think this is probably some of the best cinematography the MCU has ever had. It's something I'm very critical with Marvel Studios is the color grading and their cinematography. I think in general just looks like so bland and uncolorful and like boring. This movie, along with Fantastic Four from last year, really shows that I think that they're actually trying to focus on that a little more, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, agree. And probably my biggest positive of Spider-Man Brand New Day is Spider-Man. Dude, the suit, we all have seen it, looks really good. And just Spider-Man, he is as Spider-Man as you get him. There are a lot of moments in this movie where we are like, that is Spider-Man. And that is why we love him. That is perfect, legit. So yeah.
Okay. I, I think before we get into spoilers, I think just to gauge the audiences on how much we like this compared to other movies that we've seen this year, and just in general, I was thinking, how does this movie compare to other like 2026 releases, and like where would it rank among them for you at the moment?
Should
For
I?
me, it's number one.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's my number 4.
Well, what do you have ahead of it though?
Dang.
Project Hail Mary, Obsession, and Michael.
You put the Michael Jackson movie ahead of this?
I gave
The movie
Michael.
with no plot?
I gave Michael an 9 out of 10, and I gave Spider-Man Brand New Day an 8. So it's pretty easy for me. Pretty
How
easy.
is Michael better than this?
It's better all the way through. There are almost like nothing bad with the Michael movie. I think it's a perfect Michael Jackson movie. It really, like, I didn't know a lot about Michael Jackson before watching the Michael movie. Um, so I just think it explained his, like, you can say origin story perfect. And I don't
Okay.
have basically any complaints about it other than the, what is it called? Like the stage performances and the concerts and stuff.
Climate.
They drag. They slightly drag, and the thriller shit. But
There's
I
quite a
will
bit that
give
drags, but
I will give Kiwi this point because if you don't know much about Michael Jackson and you don't know his story, then this movie is completely brand new and like completely all new information and like I can see why he enjoys it a lot more because I went into it knowing a lot about MJ and being a huge fan of his, and I didn't enjoy it as much because I just was like, well, I knew all of this already. Like, why? Where's the new stuff? Where's like the exciting? Where's the things that we haven't seen before?
That is very interesting because I brought my mom and dad uh, with me to watch it in the theaters when it was in theaters, and they gave it like I think I already said this, but they gave it straight 10 out of 10s. They had zero complaints, and they knew like a lot about him. Had listened to his music when they were young, so yeah, I think it's just different
Yeah,
to
and
like
I think
the other
also,
Personally,
person.
and don't get me wrong, I liked Michael. I liked Michael, the movie. But I think the trailers showed basically all of like the hype moments, and I think that made me think the movie was going to be a lot more exciting and like um kind of just like showing his like performances and like just yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot more exciting and eventful than it was. I did like it for the reason that it did go hard into his backstory, but it was not a 9 out of 10 for me.
I think I didn't know a lot about Michael Jackson, and I didn't find it that interesting. Like I thought it's like the most 7 out of 10 movie ever. Like it's kind of you go there, you have fun, but then you don't really like. I basically you go there, you watch it, you have it. It's a great theater experience, but once you leave the theater, I just did not care at all. Like I had a great time in the theater, but that movie has had like no lasting impact for me personally.
Yeah, I disagree. I think it was inspiring and enjoyed it from start to finish, except some of the concert scenes and stage scenes and the thriller trailer recording. I think yeah, a lot of scene drags, and that is what makes it 4.5 star for me and not a 5 star. But other than that, I really loved it.
Okay, so for where Spider-Man ranks for me, my favorite films of the year, I'm just gonna do a quick like top six, my six favorites so far this year. I have the drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Really good movie. Not quite as good as my top five though. Like it's a pretty big gap. Five, I have Obsession. It's really good. I do think it's tad overhyped. Don't get me wrong, it's like a 9 out of 10, but I just don't see it being the best horror movie like a lot of other people do, coming from a huge horror fan. Number four, I have probably one of the bigger surprises of the year. It's called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I'm not even a huge like Nirvana fan, but I thought the movie was pretty good. It's one of the I'm very low on comedies. Like I'm not a huge fan of um I'm just not a big on comedy movies unless it's like I'm watching them with friends. Like I don't even think Adam Sandler is as good as a lot of people say. But I think this is one of the more smart and like just enjoyable comedy movies that I've seen. Three, Project Hail Mary would be. I could have seen this being a lot higher if the. I feel like the third act. It feels like it has like 50 different endings to it. Like every time out because
Yeah.
the climax of the movie happens an hour before the film resolves. So I keep being like, oh, is it gonna end here? Nope, it isn't. Oh, this feels like it's where it's gonna end. Nope. It really kind of dragged, I think, in the third act, but again, a incredible movie. I got Spider-Man at 2 and Odyssey at 1. But I think Spider-Man was the most fun I've had in a theater this year.
Yeah, Spider-Man was definitely the most fun that I've had in a theater this year because like I was in a theater with I think 126 seats and it was sold out. So every moment, every cheer, it was like peak Marvel again. My top five for the year is Obsession at five, uh, Project Hail Mary at four, Avatar Aang at three. Uh, I'll get onto that in a second. Odyssey at two, and Spider Man at one. Avatar Aang. I know you guys haven't watched the show, but
We should
if you
save the
guys have,
review for the end, I think.
we'll save it for the end.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
because we're in the middle of time at Spider-Man.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like,
No, you're good. You're good.
but
For some reason, I did not include the Odyssey when I said it was my top four, so that means it's my top five, or it's my number five, for favorite of the year.
Next up, I was wondering how you guys would like compare it to some of the other movies in the MCU.
I think it's in my like 12th or 11th spot.
It's a little low.
Let me look. A little low.
You gave it a 10 out of 10 and you'd put like 11 other movies ahead of it?
No, okay, it's in my 6th spot.
Okay, yeah, that's valid. That's valid. I have it at number 5.
Yeah.
I'm debating putting it at 4 though.
Okay, so I have I don't know what this will be when I have watched Thunderbolts, because I've never watched Thunderbolts, and a lot of other stuff after Endgame. The only projects after Endgame I have included in this ranking is Far From Home and No Way Home and Brand New Day. So other than that, this list and ranking is all pre-Endgame, because I'm on a watch journey right now in MCU. And it's in my 14th place. Yeah.
A little
I think
higher.
once you watch the other MCU stuff after Endgame, I think you will appreciate the film more.
How?
Because it's just
How?
way better.
Yeah,
This is
because
way better.
you'll understand once you finish Thunderbolts and you finish other stuff going on. Like,
I think
I know it doesn't.
I don't know a lot about Thunderbolts and shit. I've just heard a lot of good about it. So I think when I get Thunderbolts on this ranking, I would assume Spider-Man Brand New Day will be at my 15th.
Brand New Day, I think. Okay, Thunderbolts, I think, was probably one of the bigger surprises the MCU has put out. Like, no one would have expected with that. There was like so many memes when the group got announced at Comic-Con that like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
But no, they really found a way to make that movie work. Which I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the creative process for that movie was kind of insane. They went through like a million different scripts, different writers. Like apparently it was originally written by the person that wrote Black Widow. We dodged a bullet there, by the way.
Black Widow's goated.
The movie?
Yeah, I love Black Widow. I don't get the hate.
When was the last time you watched it?
Like 4 months ago.
That's ridiculous.
No,
It's literally...
that's one of the MCU movies that I actually rewatch a good amount.
Wait, so what would you give it out of 10?
Solid 8.
You'd put that ahead of Fantastic Four? You're out of your mind.
I haven't rewatched Fantastic Four. They're probably tied.
I'm gonna quote you word for word. That's the most, like, 6 to 7 out of 10 movie ever. Really, bro?
How do I find the place of the list? Because I have my list pulled up. Okay, I think it's
You'll quickly
it's
want
like
to
number.
hear my 13 movies, MCU movies I got over it, or should I not say it?
Yeah, say that.
Just go quick, yeah.
Okay. Infinity War, Avengers,
Yeah.
Endgame,
Okay.
Civil War,
Okay.
No Way Home,
Okay. Okay.
Winter Soldier, Guardians
Okay, yeah,
1,
yeah.
Black Panther 1, Avengers
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok,
Okay, now that's too far.
Iron Man 1, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yes.
Are we serious?
Yeah. I'm a Far From Home defender, and it's not it's not worse than Far From Home.
It's not.
But Far From Home is
Graydon,
great.
Wait.
you agree that this is the best live-action Spider-Man movie, right?
Yes, by far.
Okay.
Y'all really put this over No Way Home?
Yeah.
Yes. No Way Home is an easy 7 out of 10.
That's crazy,
I said
but it
this
is
last
definitely
night.
better than
What
No Way Home.
the?
No Way
Dude.
Home has so many flaws, and people oversee it because Toby and Andrew come in, and all the other villains are there. I see so many flaws in that movie, and I like the first. How long is that movie? Like 2.5 hours. The first
Yeah.
like 2 hours are long, and they don't like.
They're not.
I mean, yes, they do stuff, but they don't do stuff. It's the last 30 minutes that like make everybody lock in. It's
No.
not great.
Okay. I think like the first hour of No Way Home is mid, but the last hour and a half is like one of the best hour and a halves in like any like superhero movie ever. So I'd give it like quality wise, I guess I will give you that it has flaws. Quality wise, it's like an 8, but I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I rewatched it on Monday, and that shit is peak. And I'm not even like that high on the last fight. I think it's really good, but I think just the movie in general is awesome from start to finish. Just the start before they Doctor Strange do the spell and Doc Ock appears on the bridge. I think that movie is so freaking good, and where it peaked for me, and I think where it peaked for a lot of people is the second after like Peter's Peter Tingle goes insane and he webs
Goblin.
The
a
apartment
goblin.
scene.
And yeah, that until he like sits on top of the building in the rain. I think that those 10 to 15 minutes are like next level. Some of the best 10 to 15 minutes we've ever got in the MCU ever.
Wait a minute, you might be cooking. So you think that that's like the best 10-minute period in the movie?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I kind of agree, actually. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I agree too. But
I the apartment fight with Goblin, I think is actually better than the 3 Spider-Man fight at the end.
I 100% agree. I like, of
yeah,
course, the 3
I
Spider-Man fight at the end, really good. But to me, that is the biggest moment in the movie where it relies most on nostalgia.
Well, I think the scene where all 3 Spider-Men are swinging is like one of my favorite Marvel moments ever, but that's like
Mhm.
I feel like the fight itself isn't the best thing ever, but
I agree.
it has a lot of like great moments.
Yep.
yeah, No Way Home has a couple great moments. Other than that, it's pretty not good. It's not
It sounds
Spider.
like you're describing it sounds like you're describing TASM too.
It has a little bit of TASM 2 in it. There's so I don't get. Everybody's talking about, oh, Brand New Day is gonna be too messy. There's too much going on. Oh, it's gonna be a TASM 2. No Way Home had every villain. Like, where was that at? Where was people saying, No Way Home's pretty bad because of all the villains in it? They're just hyped because they have freaking Andrew and Toby on there too, and it's all 3 Spider-Men. And it just
Brand New Day is not rushed. No Way Home is not rushed.
No, because
it's
that is the thing. The thing with TASM 2 that makes it feel chaotic is that you introduce 2 villains in the same movie that they like that you fight them. That Spider-Man fight them. So they have only that movie to get the backstory and to get the character development, but all of these villains in No Way Home, you get all of their character development and their villain arc and backstories in all of these other movies. So that is what makes No Way Home so good, in my opinion. You don't have to
Yo, you're
focus on that.
cooking, by the way. That was a really good counter. Yeah.
Double. Thank you.
I give that to you. Still, I don't like that movie as much as other people do. It's a good movie. I just don't. eh, It doesn't feel Spider-Man-y for me. It just does, there's not enough Spider-Man in it. Like,
There's 3.
Oh no, it's almost like there's 3.
I know,
Is that
I
not
know,
enough?
but
Do you need the Spider Society to all come in and fight them?
Yeah.
nope. It's not. Nope, not for me. I
Brilliance
watched that
across the
movie.
Spider-Verse in live action.
I watched that movie in the theater on my birthday when it came out. It was hype, but I still came out of it like, still wasn't the best movie.
You
I've
did.
always
Wait,
Damn.
on your first watch ever, you weren't like, that was peak. I understand on
no. I mean,
rewatch,
I was like the
but
last. I was like the last 30 to 45 minutes was peak, but the rest of it was just boring and like kind of just they kept redoing like the Peter's bad guy. Like they just kept reinstating that, and it's just like God, we're doing this again. And then Peter messes up with Doctor Strange, and then he has to deal with his um problems. Then the villains happen, and then like it feels like there's nothing in between, and it's just rushed. For me, it's just so. It's not a great movie in my opinion.
Yo, that's
I have
crazy because when I watched that for the first time, I was like, that's the best Marvel movie of all time. Now, I
yeah,
obviously
no,
don't think that anymore, but when I was like, holy shit, they topped Endgame. Like, I was like, they actually like created the best like Marvel movie ever, like best superhero movie.
Yeah,
nope,
it was
not for
insane
me.
on first watch, and of course it's gonna be lower on a rewatch. But still, I think I don't remember. I wasn't like that big of a Marvel fan either back in 2021. I didn't watch any of the newer projects, but of course, when the new Spider Man movie comes out, of course I gotta watch it. And I watched that like 3 times in the span of 2 months or something. So to me, at that time, that was pretty much, and that describes like how good it was.
Are you guys ready to move into spoilers?
Yeah,
We've been talking a lot about other Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, but it
yeah.
was
Let's talk
nice,
about what
nice
we're here
comparing
for.
it and like talking about. Now we have like something to compare to, and we can refer to other Spider-Man movies and stuff.
Oh yeah, I wasn't complaining. Yeah.
No. But I really like that we did this.
hmm Okay.
Okay,
So first off, what did you guys think of the ending? Because I'm not gonna lie, my entire theater was getting choked up. It's like honestly, okay, yeah, spoilers from now on. The
yeah.
ending with
Spoilers.
Ned is like legitimately almost as good as the No Way Home ending, if not better. I think.
It's so good. I'm so glad you brought that up. And yeah, after I like when I watched that in the theaters, I wasn't like, or I was like, that is peak ending. But when I came home, I thought about, dude, that ending with Ned. What a peak scene. What a peak scene.
I think it's the
And
best scene in the movie.
I was crying because I there was lots of moments that I was tearing up and crying during this movie. But yeah, that ending scene was probably the most perfect way to end it. I don't think they could have done it better. Uh, because we get the MJ scene on the rooftop, and it's not actually MJ, and um, that gets kind of like torn away from us. And then we're like, oh, it's not gonna work on Ned. And of course, it's the handshake. It's the thing that they've had since Far From Home, or not Far From
Homecoming, yeah.
Home, since Homecoming, and um, it made it like that's like the symbolism of brotherly, like brother or friendship, and like just a that's a brother to you, and like that's your best friend, and like that's what got me.
Do y'all think he remembered who Peter Parker was? And like, do y'all think he like accessed his or he gained access to his previous memories?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, like, why not? It would be like a such less it makes the ending way better. You can see it on Jacob Batalong's face in his acting. You can tell, like, the way his eyes light up when he's like, Peter.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't say
Also,
just Peter. He says Peter.
yeah, the way he delivers the line. You can also
Yeah,
just see it in his eyes and the way he just presents the whole scene. I also kind of think that Jean may have had some sort of like because she kind of had control of him and MJ for the bit when she had the whole city under her like wave thing. Maybe
yeah,
she sort of gave them the ability to unlock it.
Maybe. You know how I felt when he said that Peter was that the second they were done with the handshake, it felt like the Ned from before the spell was yeah, done. The Ned before that moment woke up again. It that was how it switched for me, and I just love that shit. I know like he didn't, or that like but that was how it felt. Like that Ned was back right that second, and I love that. And I really love that scene because muscle memory is so strong, and we have seen multiple times how much it means and how much it connects to the human brain and how strong it is. And I just love that they do that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think was the best fight scene in the movie? Because I've seen a couple people with different answers.
I think in terms of this is sick, the hand fight.
Mhm.
Kind of what I'm thinking.
I agree.
It's either the Hand or the Hulk, but I think the Hand has more emotional significance, so I'm gonna lean to that, and it's also better choreographed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the hand too, but um, it is disappointing that that is the final fight, and it is extra disappointing that they freaking showed it in the trailers, dude. I have so much to talk about, or not so much, but I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the TV spots and the trailers because that shit pissed me so off.
So I went
Yeah,
in.
they showed way too much.
So I went into this movie only watching the first trailer that they released because I didn't want to know really anything. I avoided all of the TV spots or whatever they were doing. I avoided all of the clips for the most part. So I went into this movie not really knowing a ton and not seeing a ton of what they showed. So I think that made my experience a lot more. Although, Steve Lacy, he showed up on the red carpet and spoiled it for me. So that was
Dude,
cool.
that shit
I was
was
selfless.
how. Yeah, I don't know what to say
He's
about
never seeing the light of day on social media again. He's
that.
never.
Bruce getting executed.
Um, but yeah,
Graydon,
so
thank
this
God I saw
was,
your Instagram post, or I would have gotten it spoiled too. Because the second I saw that, I'm like, okay, get off social media.
yeah. So I went through the whole time span of the marketing with only the first trailer and then the Steve Lacy thing, and I still really enjoyed it all. I think if I would have watched the other stuff, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did, and that's why I'm on a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I understand. I do know that they showed a lot in the trailers, and that's why I didn't want to watch them. And I'm really glad I didn't because I've gone back and watched the trailers, and they do show pretty much every fight scene, every bad guy, every like they show everything basically.
Yeah,
Hear me out on this. You don't market the Hand or the Hulk fight at all. You leave
Yeah,
that as a surprise, and you only market the fight scenes with like Scorpion and the montage at the beginning,
yeah,
and the Punisher van thing, because they literally filmed that in front of like a whole crowd of people.
yeah. I agree. I don't think they need to show the good. I don't think they need to show the big pumping your fist into the air fights. Like
yeah.
they need
And
to lock in on their marketing because they've been showing a lot of stuff in their marketing lately.
yeah, I hate that with the trailers and stuff. And it's also come out like 2 seconds TV spots like every week, 2 second clips of the Hulk clapping and stuff like that. And it just pissed me off because I can't avoid stuff like that either because I sit on TikTok doom scrolling all day long. I know it's stupid, but I do, and it's insanely hard to avoid. So I've just come to the conclusion, okay, I'm gonna watch the trailers, and I just hope and wish that they don't show everything in the trailers because they aren't supposed to. Don't, if you have 2 or 5 minutes with the Hulk, don't show every scene in the trailers, dude. When you show us stuff in the trailers, for example, all of those scenes with the Hulk, we are gonna expect more Hulk scenes in the movie. When we are seeing Hulk in
Oh
the
yeah, that
trailers, we aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, this is every scene with Hulk. Now we have seen everything. We aren't gonna get more scenes in the movie. But that was it. And Pissed me off, dude. Holy.
That's a really good point to bring up. I think one of my biggest complaints that stops it from being just a straight 10 out of 10 for me is I do think the Hulk fight kind of resolved really quickly, but I that could have just been me setting up insane expectations for myself in my head from the trailers because I'm like, they literally show like the whole fight in the trailers just kind of dispersed into different clips. And I
Mhm.
think if they didn't show that, I probably would have been a lot more satisfied with the fight at the end. I was like, oh, that was really cool, but like, it's already over. Like, it kind of took me out for a minute, but that could easily just go away on rewatch because I could have just been setting up my expectations too high with that.
But I completely agree with that because it's something when that sick of a fight is so short because the Hulk fight wasn't long. But imagine never have seen it. Then we wouldn't complain. We would just love having 3 to 5 minutes with Savage Hulk. We would never complain at that if we had if we didn't have that in the trailers. But when they show all of that shit in the trailers, we are gonna expect getting a lot more in the movies or in the movie. And when we don't get that, we are of course gonna get disappointed.
I think if you just kept Bruce Banner in the film and you left the Hulk out, I think you could have done it like that to where, oh, Hulk is in this movie. Does this mean we are going to like? You get the confirmation that Bruce Banner is in it, and it starts online talk about, oh, is there going to be a Hulk fight? So when that finally does happen, it would have been way more satisfying. Like just
Yeah.
just keep like the because they in all the trailers they have the clip of Peter talking with Bruce at the college that he was visiting. Keep that. Just do not advertise all the Hulk stuff.
And you could also do Smart Hulk instead of Savage Hulk. Anything would be better. They didn't show a single clip of Smart Hulk in the trailers. They did only Savage Hulk. If they would have just switched it, I think they shouldn't have done Smart Hulk either. I think they, as I said, just do Bruce Banner or don't do Bruce Banner at all. But it would also be better if you switch out Savage Hulk with Smart Hulk, so we all are going to go in there and be like, they keep doing Smart Hulk, dude, and they give us that surprise Smart Hulk out of nowhere. We all would be so hyped.
Hmm. Yeah, they definitely should have marketed it a little bit differently.
100%.
I
A
did
lot
like how
differently, in my opinion.
the resolution was Peter like saying this is I'm Peter and like Hulk kind of like not remembering but like kind of just stopping because he's like this is a good guy and I'm not fighting the or is that how did I interpret it wrong?
Well, Peter goes like, "I'm your friend," so I think it's more there to help communicate like the theme of connection in the film, to where like that is what gave Bruce the power to overcome the monster inside of him.
Yeah.
Kind of like what happened, like literally the whole point with Peter and Jean in the movie. It's like that
Mhm.
happening earlier, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do y'all think
I think
about
that
the Punisher? Or did you want to say
Oh,
something?
no, we can talk about Punisher. I was very skeptical about Punisher going into this movie as a huge fan of the Daredevil show. I love Punisher in that. Punisher's the first season of his show is really good. I'm a huge John Bernthal fan. I was really worried with this movie because I'm like, please don't tone him down too much. And I just think he was perfect. But
yeah,
I
I
will
think
say
he
though,
was
I did
perfect.
not expect him to dress up like Spider-Man at the end.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Interesting.
Um People okay, so people are complaining about his character arc and how he is like, why is he crying or why is he doing this? And it's the point of the movie. You're not alone. He finally realizes that Spider-Man is his friend. Peter is his friend, and he's never had a friend, you know? And that's why he's crying because he's always felt alone and like that's why he's so angry and that's why he's the Punisher. He's killing and he has no remorse for it because he's been so long because his family got killed. And now he has Peter Spider Man that's kind of been working with them, but like he realizes like this is my friend and like Peter's just a good kid and wants to have a partner. And that's why he's crying at the end because he's like, I'm not alone anymore. And I almost lost the one person that is like my friend, if you will. And yeah, I think that was such a good arc for him. And I think it was a perfect Punisher story, and I think that him being in it elevated the movie a lot more for me because every time he was on screen, I was laughing, and I was just like, "This is awesome."
Mhm.
But yeah, what do y'all think?
I think another reason why he was crying is because there's a whole line earlier where Peter's like, "Oh, I'm like you. I live alone. I don't have any friends." And Punisher is like, this isn't like a lifestyle. It's a sentence." He sees what cuz he thinks horribly of himself. And he sees that Peter could go down the same path to where he's just so lost in all the grief of not having anyone. And he sees that Peter, unlike him, was able to overcome it, which I think is actually more why he was crying, because he sort of saw himself in Peter and saw that someone else
Mhm.
was kind of sort of able to escape that.
And now he like the I think the last person he want to be is a bad guy, a guy who shoots heroes and good guys. You know, Punisher don't want to be that
Yeah,
guy. And like shooting a kid because he calls him kid. Um, I know he's how old is he in that movie? Like 19 or something. I'm talking about Peter.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Well, there's a 4 year time gap, so he'd be like 22 or 23 or ish.
okay, yeah. Still, the Punisher calls him like kid. A lot of
Hmm.
times, so it is clear that he sees him as like a kid. So shooting a good kid, and you think that I've killed this kid, and he is such a good guy. And he didn't like it wouldn't feel real if he sobbed up and cried his eyes out, you know? But it was
yeah.
slightly a tear or two, and I think that is really good.
Hmm.
Speaking of, how did
Um,
he hit that shot? I want to know what type of skills he's had because, like, that's like a 500-meter like no scope. That's some Fortnite shit. That was cool.
yeah.
I was about to spoil something. I was really close to spoiling something in Daredevil, but I think probably Titus knows what I'm talking about. Pretty sure
Yeah,
it's the original.
it's not, or it's about the opening to the Punisher show.
Um,
Is it
I
about
don't.
Nat losing his powers?
No,
Because I
it's
know
not.
he loses his powers.
I haven't seen that either, but I think it is somewhere about Elektra, somewhere in Daredevil season 2. I don't want to say more than that. And yeah.
I don't
Um
think it's weird that he hit that shot at all. I mean, he's literally Punisher.
yeah.
He's also hit way crazier shots before, and that's not weird at all. Honestly, he had a pretty good shot lined up because Gene was literally sitting there with Peter for like 5 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The amount of time he had to prepare to get it ready, it's not that weird.
No, and okay, so y'all want to hear my thoughts or like a take of mine on the Punisher in this movie?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so I love the Punisher in this movie. He's hilarious, and he is really much how, like, if we don't count the hilarious stuff, but how I saw Lobo in Supergirl. I loved Lobo in Supergirl. I loved every time he was on screen. That was one of my biggest positives of Supergirl. But I didn't make this argument in Supergirl about Lobo, but I agreed with you guys when you brought it up. Is that if you took Lobo out of the movie, nothing like the exact same would happen. And I think it's the exact same with Punisher in Brand New Day. He does three stuff, not like three shit. He shoots a missile at Peter at the start when he's in a tank. He sprays and tickles Hulk, and he shoots and almost kill Peter. Tell me one more thing that Punisher does in this movie that helps Peter out in any way, because he doesn't do shit, and that annoys me.
What?
He gives a safe space for MJ. He gives he
But that is just like Peter could
He's
find a warehouse, like abandoned warehouse. They could have just wrote that instead. That isn't the
yeah,
Punisher.
but
He
he
doesn't.
knows
He
that
doesn't protect MJ from anything. Nothing is trying to get MJ right there. He just sits there.
also
no, but sorry.
Punisher's journey and like his characterization helps Peter with his character arc.
How?
Did you just not pick up on that?
But like, it didn't have huge impact. Tell me how that had a huge impact in the movie and was important to Peter Parker's arc in that story, because nothing it did matter. Like,
I don't know, maybe seeing a guy that's like depressed as hell and is shooting up every bad guy he sees and who also lives
He is
alone
not.
kind of gives Peter a thing to where could be where I'm going. Also,
But he's
Punisher
not.
also has a lot more to do. He literally who else would be he's the one who shoots Peter at the end.
Yeah.
And Punisher, he's also the way that you tie the whole thing back together with, because Punisher was already hunting down Jean Grey's character. So because when he was chasing the tank, and that when Peter, it gave him a way to find more information about it because he had people that he had already worked with. And you don't spend like 30 minutes of the movie just working to try to get that. So Punisher makes perfect sense thematically because he's literally the perfect example of Peter if he doesn't go on his arc in this movie. Peter could end up like this guy. And he also just serves the plot a lot, and they give him an actual character arc, which they do not give Lobo.
Which, like, this is. It wouldn't be that bad of Spider Man, like, being, like, Punisher in this movie. When you say showing Spider Man that you're gonna be depressed like me and be a vigilante like me if you keep going the path I did. This is the happiest we have ever seen the Punisher ever, dude. And again, he does nothing. He doesn't. The only person he shoots with a gun is Peter, dude. That is we see him tickle Hulk and we see him shoot Peter. That is what we get off the Punisher in this movie. You can't tell me that you don't want anything more from the Punisher. You don't want him like shooting
It's
vigilantes.
PG-13! You can't have him massacring and mowing down people! What are you talking about? Are you kidding me, bro? Freaking Punisher, he shoots at Jean Grey's, like, old lady thing when she's in the tank. He also tries to shoot at Jean Grey when they go to the freaking damage control building.
Yeah, when you see Jean Grey controls the guards outside of the damage control building, you see that she controls one guy to shoot the other, and the other guy shoots that guy. The Punisher can do the exact same. We don't have to see him doing headshots and blood and brain splattering everywhere, but we can see Punisher shooting people. We don't have to see him shooting him in the heart or the head, but we can see him use guns on bad guy in Spider Man BND. And that would like enhance your point even more, because that would show Peter, I don't want to be like Frank. I don't want to end up like this guy. But it isn't that bad for Peter. No, from Peter and then ending up like Frank in this movie, because he's the happiest we've ever seen him, and he basically, he doesn't kill anyone, he doesn't shoot anyone. He's a good guy. This guy's a hero in this one.
You know why Frank is the happiest he's ever been? It's because he's with Peter. An actual character arc which Lobo completely lacks. Lobo is literally just Jason Momoa playing himself for like 10 minutes. You get no real characterization. You just get told, oh, this guy, he's so tough.
But that is
and
the
then
same thing,
you're just with him for...
We never wanted that from Lobo. And I didn't...
It just feels so forced.
What feels so forced?
Lobo in that movie?
The same feels with Punisher in this movie. Even more. Even more so. He does.
I don't think so. Because I think this movie It's the first movie, in my opinion, that really showed who Peter is and who Spider. Like, it's the first
I
movie that
agree.
really did Peter and Spider-Man well. Like,
Agree.
Peter's good. He's genuinely like he just wants to help and he just wants to use his powers to help people, and that's why Frank being there, it showed why Peter is such a unique kid or superhero, because he doesn't consider killing people. He doesn't want to hurt people. He just wants to help, and he just wants to be Spider-Man and use his powers and abilities to help people. And Frank being there, always saying, "I'm gonna do it my way," and then Peter gets in the way of Frank because he doesn't want people to get hurt. Like, he's there to help create this. He's there to help solidify Peter's motives and his just being Spider-Man. I mean, that's what Spider-Man is about.
We
Like,
get that 100 times better in Daredevil season 2, though. 100 times better.
Well, yeah, you get a whole season to work with him, though.
You get him better in the first episode or the second episode. I like, and even in this one, you like have backstory with him, but it's the thing. He doesn't feel like the Punisher, in my opinion. He feels like a good guy. He feels like a hero. He doesn't do anything bad. He says, "I'm gonna do it my way," and then he gets mind controlled. Let's go, dude.
He doesn't do anything bad. He literally tries to murder a teenage girl who Peter is like, she isn't like what you think she is. That is bad. Shooting a gun at a kid? What do you What do you mean, bro?
But
my point again,
he doesn't shoot her though. He hits Peter.
because Peter
He pulled the trigger. You're just rage baiting.
And that is the only moment. But think about it. That's the only one moment. We have one moment, and he doesn't even make the shot. He basically kills Peter.
Peter jumps in the way. He made the shot.
He blocks it.
I'm fully aware, but I don't think that is like good writing. I think he should at least like hit a shot on one bad guy in this movie.
He does.
But
no, he hits a shot on one good guy. That is Punisher in this movie. Yes, he tried to hit a bad guy, but he hit a good guy. No, he tried to.
But it's because Peter keeps trying. It's because Peter's trying to stray him away from doing that. It's because Peter's trying to change Punisher's ways and make him better, because Peter knows that keep on doing what Punisher does, killing people no matter what, is going to keep making Punisher go down that rabbit hole that he's already in. And Peter's trying to help him out of that rabbit hole by interfering and blocking all of these shots, because he understands that one more kill just adds one more shovel into the ground.
100%. And that is what I want from Peter and the Punisher. When I went into Brand New Day and I knew Punisher and Spider-Man were going to be in the same movie, I were 100% going to think like, okay, Punisher is going to try to kill people in this movie, and Spider-Man is going to hold him back as he should. As he should. But no, Punisher doesn't try to kill anyone. He says he's going to. Yes, he tries to kill Jean Grey, I'll give you that. But he tries, and he almost kills a hero. So that is where we get off the Punisher. Tickles the Hulk and almost kills a hero. That's the Punisher.
He also tries to kill whoever's in the van. I mean, not the van, the tank. He doesn't know who's in there, but he's trying to kill him.
But who does he hit? Again, tries
the second he shows up, Spider-Man stops him.
As he should, but again, he doesn't hurt any bad guy. He shoots one missile at Peter, and Peter gets hurt 2 times in this movie.
Like I said before, it's PG-13.
And we still see people getting shot in this movie by Jean Grey. Why can't Punisher do the same?
Because Frank is just naturally more brutal, one, and two, you
So
can't.
then
It
we
would feel
just
so
don't
like
shoot him.
you if you add an action scene where he's up against a bunch of random criminals, it would feel so freaking forced because it's unneeded, unlike the rest of the film. You'd be instead
Completely disagree.
of this, you'd be criticizing, oh, they just did that so that Punisher would have a cool moment, which doesn't serve the plot.
I don't need a
And
cool moment for the Punisher. I need Punisher to be the Punisher. He's not.
and I'll say this. I'll say this. It wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been the amazing arc that Punisher got if he was just killing people and if he shot and killed people, because it doesn't, like, that would feel so. If say we got Punisher killing a bunch of people, he shot 5 people in the movie, and then all of a sudden he's crying for Spider-Man and he's putting the Spider-Man mask on and he's celebrating, and that's that would feel so out of place and not deserved, because he already was shooting and killing people, and it was like he wasn't changing his ways. But he was changing his ways because Peter kept getting in the way and like stopping him and not allowing him to shoot and kill people, even though he wanted to. He wasn't allowed to, which helped his arc and helped his character development, and that's why it felt so paid off and served as a really good ending for Punisher in the movie.
I
That's a really good point.
I again agree that of course Peter should have gotten in the way, but to me that like I don't know how to fully explain it, but it just doesn't feel. We have seen him kill people and stuff like that, and his character arc doesn't really change in Brand New Day either until after he have shot Peter. The feeling I get of Punisher after he have shot Peter is that now, after he have shot and hit Peter, almost kill him, he is going to be more careful in future MCU projects with shooting, because he might do stuff again to good guys like he did to Peter. But I don't think he has basically any character arc before he almost kills Peter in Brand New Day, because
He bright. Sorry.
no, but he's trying to kill Jean Grey, and he is trying to kill whoever's in the tank. So he's trying to kill people all the way from the start to finish, but only 2 times though, and hits Peter 2 times. Yeah.
Okay, while we're on the topic of Jean Grey, uh, so a thing that I've been thinking about for a while, I guess they're just in this version of the MCU, which makes things a lot more complicated because Magneto's entire origin involves around the Holocaust. And you can't have him like be the oldest guy ever. So how do you think they're going to explain that? Is it going to be like a different origin? Are they going to do like a Steve Rogers time capsule where they was like his body was preserved, or are they going to give him some extra power where he's like could have a not immortal, but like he has like a longer life? Because this would very much change up the way the X-Men kind of flows.
I think it would make more sense if during Doomsday or Secret Wars, when an incursion happens, like a younger um Magneto gets like either mixed up with our universe and like is stuck there and has to like do what he needs to do, or they could do something with like you said, time travel, which I don't like time travel.
No.
But I think what they're going to do and what makes the most sense is during the incursions and during Doomsday and stuff, like a younger Magneto will be stuck on our Earth and our universe, and then he'll realize that he has abilities, and then he'll go find his other people, and like then something else will happen like that. But I think that's how they're gonna do it.
I personally kind of want him to just have like he just like his powers just allows him to live longer. That's kind of what I want them to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really
Like,
don't
not
know.
that he's immortal, but like, I mean, Dumbledore from Harry Potter is like 100 something. He doesn't look 100. He looks old, but he doesn't look like well, whatever his actual age is. They could just give him something like that. Is what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
think that
he
that would just work.
probably that you think that he ages slower?
I kind of hope that they do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is fair. I
not
have
not like
no
Wolverine level, but
this is the point in movies where I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't have to think about it, and the directors, you go. Come on, cook now, because I have no clue. So I'm just, please cook and come up with some brilliant explanation, because I got no clue how they're gonna do that perfectly.
what did you guys think of Jean Grey in this movie?
I thought she was great.
Same.
I
I
thought
thought she was. Sorry.
I thought Sadie Sink did a really good job.
Mhm.
I think they really dialed into her powers and power scaling her correctly. I think, yeah, I think she overall her character was really good and her character arc was really cool. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have much else to say on her.
I thought they handled her pretty well, except I do think her backstory bit slightly made the pacing not quite as tight as it was earlier, but that's just a random nitpick that could totally go away on rewatch.
Yeah,
I really liked her. I don't think I have any complaints. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about her doing everything that she did and now becoming a hero. Um,
Well,
she
it didn't
did
really do hero, but yeah.
no, but like, don't you think Jean Grey will be a hero in future MCU projects?
yeah,
Yeah, but Jean Grey is always like one of the more gray characters because her morality never really is fully black and white, which is why the
Hmm.
Phoenix sometimes is able to take control of her.
Yeah, I agree, and that is why I feel like it's a bit better. But I kind of, you know what I kind of wanted them to do. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this, but let's say I'm not saying I want this to be the plot, but this is just an example. Let's say that Mr. Negative or something were being like saying that this is the right thing to do, Gene. You got to do this. They have kidnapped your sister, and I think that would, and she would like be in doubt. Is this the right thing to do though, Mister Negative? And he would like be like, yeah. So that would show him as 100% true villain, and it would show her as a more like unsure villain, doing bad things but not making the 100% making the decisions by themselves. But I don't think it's real bad. I really liked Jean Grey in this movie, so that is mostly nitpicking. If that makes sense.
I'll say this. I had one expectation, and it was for them to do something with Mr. Negative, and I wish they did, but they didn't. And I think if they do a Spider-Man 5, which I totally think they should and could do, I mean, every time Tom Holland is on the screen as in a Spider-Man suit, people are gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking box office for opening weekend is close to $1 billion. Come on,
Already.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
already.
It's
Like,
insane.
it's a money grab. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Everybody knows Spider-Man. So people will show up. But I think that they should totally do Mr. Negative for the fifth movie if they do it and have Destin come back and keep using the Insomniac games and keep using references and tiebacks and using it as inspiration because that was one thing I noticed and I loved it because the Insomniac games are some of my favorite things ever. It's the best portrayal of Spider-Man in my opinion, in any media or piece. Um, and so keep doing that and use Mr. Negative. Don't use the same story as Spider-Man 1, but use him in there because he could totally how we dealt with Peter going through his emotions in this movie, being depressed, being alone, and now he's kind of out of it, hopefully. And so Mr. Negative could bring that back to him and make him more like depressed again, and like bring back the hardships that he had to go through, and like that could be really interesting and intriguing. So Avatar Aang came out on not Prime, Paramount, and that movie is really, really good. I know you guys haven't seen the show yet. Honestly, you don't even need to see the show to watch it. But yeah, Avatar Aang, 10 out of 10, great movie. I'm biased because Avatar is my second favorite. Go watch it. The animation's great. The story building is great. It helps build more story into Korra. Yeah, go watch that movie because it's really good and it's worth a watch.
Well, we also will be talking about Brand New Day more next week with our Spider-Man ranking episode, where we rank all of the theatrically released Spider-Man movies.
Let's go.
Yep.